The historical origins of a dangerous modern conspiracy theory, the New World Order. The New World Order, NWO, conspiracy theory holds that a cabal of powerful elites is secretly implementing a dystopian international governing structure that will grant them complete control over the global populace. Dissidents will be imprisoned, and the masses will be enslaved, under this regime. According to supporters of the conspiracy theory, most global leaders are complicit in the establishment of this New World Order, assisting the NWO by fabricating global events, such as the coronavirus pandemic and mass shootings, and controlling their associated narratives to sow civil unrest. The NWO conspiracy theory can be found in the online chatter of fringe conspiracy theorists. While the associated rhetoric within these online groups can appear innocuous at first, this conspiracy theory presents a real-world danger, as it promotes a fatalistic worldview for adherents, possibly inciting them to commit violence against communities, infrastructure, and individuals deemed complicit in the NWO's implementation. This cabal narrative is commonly associated with other anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that claim Jewish culpability, alleging that they are behind the orchestration of the NWO, leading to an increased danger towards Jewish communities. Anti-Semitic roots. Many modern-day conspiracy theories, including the New World Order theory, have anti-Semitic roots. Influential groups and movements from the 19th and early 20th centuries are largely responsible for the spread of anti-Semitic narratives. Within these narratives, Jews are frequently framed as global event orchestrators, accused of establishing a supranational governing structure for nefarious purposes. These perilous narratives are still widely spread today. One of the first religious movements to become a haven for anti-Semitic conspiracy theories was British Israelism. John Wilson, one of the movement's founders, advocated claims that Christians, not Jews, are the true descendants of the lost tribes of Israel. Wilson vilified the Jewish faith by claiming that Jesus was not a Jew, implying that Judaism is based on lies and evil, a claim that persists today in NWO-related conspiracy theories. Wilson was instrumental in the normalization of religious antisemitism within British Israelism, but it wasn't until Wilson's protégé, Edward Hein, arrived that more radical anti-Semitic theories began to intertwine within the movement. Under Wilson's influence, Hein began preaching increasingly explicit anti-Semitic theories, attracting more anti-Semitic recruits to the British Israelite movement. Within British Israelism, these increasingly radical views spawned a new ideology known as Christian identity. Adherents of Christian identity, which spread throughout Europe and the United States during the 20th century, claimed to be the true Israelites chosen by God. Because of the publication and popularization of anti-Semitic texts, Christian identity groups grew in size and embraced more explicit anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. The American version of the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, for example, falsely argues Jewish elites' alleged plan for global dominance. Other conspiracy theories, such as the Zionist-occupied government, ZOG, spread alongside the protocols and became widely cited. The outbreak of World War II only exacerbated the targeting of Jews during this time period, laying the groundwork for modern conspiracy theories such as the NWO. The NWO theory in America. While anti-Semitic conspiracy theories flourished throughout the world, the United States, in particular, experienced a surge of fringe conspiratorial organizations in the mid-20th century, which greatly contributed to the NWO's widespread acceptance. The most well-known and popular of these organizations is the John Birch Society, JBS, which was primarily concerned with eradicating communism in the United States by alleging global plots by communist elites. These claims eventually laid the groundwork for future conspiracy theories about elites vying for global dominance. Along with anti-communist conspiracy theories, widespread belief in an underground organization pulling societal strings arose. These conspiracy theories, such as belief in the Illuminati, began to gain traction, particularly during the counterculture era of 1960s and 1970s America. As a result, the combination of countercultural interest in secret societies and the JBS's anti-elite conspiracism laid the groundwork for widespread belief in the existence of secret global organizations seeking control over the United States. This, combined with the publication of Pat Robertson's book, The New World Order, in 1991, solidified the NWO theory as a cornerstone of America's conspiratorial culture. The NWO's use in American discourse can be seen in the response to major events such as the 9/11 terrorist attacks. As millions mourned, questions about who was to blame and what their motivations might have been arose. While most Americans correctly identified Al-Qaeda as the perpetrator in this case, conspiracy theorists used the emotional turmoil to further entrench their conspiratorial beliefs. NWO followers were no exception, and they played an important role in this conspiratorial competition. Even more recently, we have seen the presence of the NWO in response to violent events. With mass shootings becoming all too common in modern America, many people are taking to social media to express their feelings. The responses are consistently peppered with NWO commentary, with claims that the NWO orchestrates these mass shootings as false flag events in order to enact widespread disarmament of citizens in order to better conquer them. Michael Barkun, an extremism academic, has examined conspiratorial frameworks to explain why conspiracy theories like the NWO can spread so effectively in these circumstances. Barkun identifies three key principles shared by conspiracists. 1. Nothing happens by chance. 2. Nothing is what it appears to be, and 3. Everything is interconnected. Barkun's principles can be found in the NWO theory, and they reflect all three criteria. These principles have contributed to the global influence of the NWO theory over time. Ties to violence and the NWO. According to the FBI, political conspiracy theories can motivate domestic extremists to commit criminal and sometimes violent acts. The NWO and other conspiracy theories have been used to explain violence in the last decade. In October 2016, two men, 30-year-old Michael Mansell and 21-year-old James Kenneth Dryden, were arrested for stockpiling weapons in preparation for an attack on the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, HAARP, facility. The two men believed that the government-funded HAARP facility controlled the weather, preventing Americans from communicating with God, and was complicit in making sacrifices for the cabal of the New World Order. Another incident occurred in December 2018, when a man was arrested for attempting to blow up what he believed to be a satanic temple monument in order to alert America to the impending NWO. The perpetrators in both of these cases were influenced by multiple conspiracy theories, demonstrating how the NWO theory overlaps and feeds into other conspiracy theories. The confluence of conspiratorial beliefs found online frequently incites violence offline. Social media. The NWO theory's success in reaching mainstream audiences today is primarily due to its spread across social media platforms. The recommendation algorithms used by these platforms, the automated system they use to match their users with material they would find interesting, are critical in the ease and bounds with which these conspiracy theories are spread online. In many cases, online users who engage with NWO content are then directed to other, sometimes more extreme, conspiratorial content, demonstrating that the NWO theory serves as a soft radicalization point. Social media companies have struggled in recent years to police their users' online chatter because their messaging is frequently inconsistent and thus not always applicable to existing social media policies. Not all NWO conspiracists, for example, directly post racist or hateful content in conjunction with their narrative. Instead, they emphasize misleading claims. However, because the NWO theory is deeply rooted in anti-Semitism, posts about an impending NWO may intentionally or unintentionally propagate hateful and anti-Semitic narratives. Such stories serve as a conduit for radicalization into more virulent anti-Semitic language, theories, and violence. Because the conspiracy theory has the potential to incite adherents to commit violence, social media companies must address its spread. Adherents of the NWO theory can use the malleability of the conspiracy theory to push hateful narratives against any group or individual they perceive to be complicit in the perceived NWO agenda. NWO followers genuinely believe they are victims of a nefarious cabal and are compelled to act in self-defense. To summarize, the NWO conspiracy theory has a complicated history, a high degree of plausibility, and a large following. Its malicious elements empower its followers to threaten violence against any individual or group considered complicit in the NWO agenda. Not only that, but the conspiracy theory serves as a gateway to more hatred and violence, laying the groundwork for more radical movements. If NWO-adjacent rhetoric on social media platforms goes unchecked, it can lead to further dehumanization, radicalization, and violence. Subscribe for more information and feel free to explore our other videos. See you soon.